Hey, everybody. It is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. Y'all come on in the room. I did a few days ago a video about Rudy Farias. I did a reaction video with I first had Quanell X's video where he did a press conference, and then I showed the Houston Police Department's um, video, basically them saying, "Hey, he didn't say those things." But then at the same time, they said, "Hey, we can't give you any information on a sexual assault victim." I'm like, "Wait a minute, you just said you didn't hear nothing like that. So why are you saying you can't tell us anything if it's not a sexual assault victim?" But I see you. Sorry, y'all. So, so I'm trying to think. Those of you who was, I'm sorry. Let me finish. Did I show y'all the second press conference with the family in front of the house? Or did I just share that one? Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna say I may have shows like that, but I was gonna say we might want to start with the um, video in front of the house. Okay, where's mine? Where's my videos? Help me. Okay. Hey, I'm live. Okay. 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 Let me double check on some, y'all. I want to say, okay, so the Cognacs, and then I went into the Houston Police Department. I showed y'all the map. Okay. Okay. All right. So I didn't show y'all the Okay. So I didn't show y'all the one in front of the family. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you. Let me see if I can find it. Because basically the family, Colin X and the family basically doubled down and said, what the police said is incorrect. One of the aunts even said, she got a chance to talk to Rudy by herself. She said, "Hey, the stuff you told Colin X about what your mom did you, there's true." He said yes. So a lot of people kept saying, "When are we gonna hear from Rudy? When are we gonna hear from Rudy?" Well, Rudy was talking today. Okay, Rudy was doing a lot of talking today. Let me see if I can find it. Search. Shout out to grizzyhoodnews. She does the local community news here in Houston, and she has been on that fight following her on Facebook, and then I started following her on YouTube now. And a lot of the other content creators who are in the true crime, they have also been referencing her too. Shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole News, iCkmEdMeL. Is it iCkmEdMeL? Can't say it's not right. Cinema Shogun, reporting live from the sofa. Allegedly with Brittany J. What's the other person? I saw JLR Investigates. He started to report on it today, I think, or yesterday. I was already following him. He follows missing persons or missing cases in Texas. I was looking at him a couple of months ago about there was this one place near this park in Austin, and all of these like young men were dying. So he was doing that. Okay. Mm. And also, Court TV yesterday did I think their first video about it, and then Law and Crime did theirs. So, and I probably would do another follow-up interview because I need to compile all the different stuff that has come out about his mama. It looks like mama maybe has I don't know. She got some Black Widow type shit going on. Okay. Like she doing some stuff like that. It's just like, oh Lord. You know what I'm saying? So multiple marriages, sometimes for people at the same time. So look, one son died, this one was missing, then wasn't missing. Like, ma'am, like she's married to 2 different law enforcement officers. I think they died. One was in the sheriff department, the other one was in dang it, where is it? I don't like this view. I'm trying to find, because Grizzy has the full video of. Wait, did she take it out? I don't think she took it out. Grizzy, did you take it out? Because I saw it on my phone. Let me see. I might have to email it to myself. So how y'all doing today? Y'all all right? Well, Grizzy, I probably need to show you that. Let me see if I can find not doing that. Sorry. I'm okay, never mind. Let me see if I can find this. What was I gonna say? Oh, Grizzy went by the house and she went to the back of the house. So there's like a forest part, like downside. Hey, Black Anonymous, S White, Kayla's Kaya and Kayla's mom, V Hardjet, Miss Tita the baby. Okay, so let me find where's the good news? Okay. I had to email it to myself. Okay. All right. What is it? It was it was press conference with the family. Wait, is this it? Yeah, but she went behind the woods of their house, and she went farther back and found the grilled chicken from the store containers like you get from Kroger's or Walmart. Then she found some soda, some water, and like a cooler. So I guess when people came by, she sent him out there to hide or something. Oh, okay. Sorry, this guy had it. Sorry, let me go. Okay, let me send it. Email it to myself. But how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? So I wanted to play another song. That was BB and CCY. I lost without you because he was lost. But he wasn't missing. I'm gonna do a missing song, but that missing song would have been really, 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 really depressing. That's more or less about death, not about missing someone who left and then came back. I was thinking about Amazing Grace because it does start. There's a part where it says, "I was lost, but now I'm found." So I just went with BB and CC Winans. Also, I joined a new Reddit community so I can get some more information and some coverage, some information about what's that lady name? Not lady, but I guess teenage young girl, Alexi Treviso. Cause yeah. Okay, so I found it. Okay, so let's please like, share, subscribe. Let me take this out so that y'all can hear this. Okay. So okay, so what I'm going to show, let me put the thing down. Hey. Mm-hmm. Hey. Okay, so what I'm about to show you. Okay, so last time I showed you the one that the Quanell X did right after he talked with Rudy at the one that was in front of that hotel. Then I showed you the Houston Police Department press conference. Well, after the Houston Police Department press conference, then Quanell X and the family did another press conference, basically doubling down on what was said that Quanell X said the first time. Like, hey, he was abused by his mother. I don't know why the Houston PD is saying what they're saying, but they're doubling down. Also, shout out to News Nation because they also had Quanell X and one of his aunties on their news segment too. But it was like very, very short. And then they had also the neighbor named Keisha. Keisha been there since 2022. And she's like, since I've been here, he said his name is Dolph. And he wasn't missing because he's been over here in my garage now with my, my other family members and stuff. So yeah, so I don't know how y'all say he's missing what I've seen him. But she said she did see that, like when his mama and stuff called, he didn't want to answer her. So he'd rather be away from her, it seemed like. But he kind of felt like Dolph was what do you call it? He was he may have been on something. So okay. All right, can y'all see? Did I answer the question? Hey, Lat Love, Ryan Mindfulness. Okay, so all right, so let me just put this. This video was protected by 6 months from U.S. copyright in 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, purchases, criticism, and commentary, and use according to scholarship and research. Okay, and I will put the link to the to all of these things that I'm going to be talking about and showing you in my description. Okay, so you know, I just can't show you the video. I actually got to do commentary on it, and just so you know, I did do the Jaguar Ride Life Story Part 2. Apologies, I'm behind on doing the timestamps. So I will eventually get to that. So, all right. So let me show you. I don't think I pressed a little thing. Okay, yes I did. I make sure I press a little thing. I'm gonna mute myself and then I'll unmute myself when it's time for me to do the commentary, okay? And just so you know, if there's anybody, you got somebody came last night. Hey, I have a tongue tamer and braces. So I sound like Sylvester the cat and or Tweety Bird suffering succotash. Okay. So, all right. Okay. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me get started. Why are you doing this today? Why do you want to do this weird thing? Well, I'm trying to show you this really good video.
Of Rudy Farias. I have
Really? Praise you, Jesus. Are you serious? Are you serious? You know, the saints to put their hands towards the computer.
of Rudy Farias. I have come here today to speak that which that young man spoke to me. I have come here today to clear up one thing in particular, the lie that HPD told. HPD said that no sexual abuse was reported. That detective is an absolute liar. He sat there with me for an hour and 15 minutes and listened to every word Rudy said to me. In fact, he told the detective, I want Quanell to stay. And Grizzy was right there with us. Rudy asked, could he go home with me? He asked the detectives, can I go home with Quanell? She's right. We have witnesses to this. This detective heard everything Rudy said to me. But he was angry with me also because the detective did not want me in the meeting. He did not want me in the room. And it really got confrontational. We have the video of he and I's heated argument about them asking me to come in and them not, the cops not wanting me to go in. The detective heard Rudy say to me out of his own mouth, detective sitting right next to me, that in this house, she made him sleep in the bed with her all the time. And that young boy said to me and that detective that I did not like it. I didn't want to do it, that she was crossing boundaries and she would not respect my space and respect my boundaries. He said to that detective right in front of me that she would kiss him in the mouth when she made him get in the bed with her in this rotten ass house. She forced that boy.
Fix you, Jesus.
to play daddy.
They're standing in front of the actual house, but
to be her husband.
But they're not
there.
there.
To me in front of the detective, she told me I had to be her husband. He said to me in front of that detective, she said, I got to be the daddy now. He said to me in front of that detective that she would come in the restroom while he was in the shower and she would get naked completely herself and pull the curtain back on that young boy. And I'll leave it right there. Because the rest will make you want to vomit. So for HPD to say that no sexual abuse was reported to them, they're absolute liars. That man heard everything that I heard. I'm standing here speaking the truth of what Rudy said to me. Now I'm standing here fighting for that young man. I begged the detective, don't allow Rudy to go home with this woman. Don't allow Rudy to leave with this woman. I begged them to do something to stop him. I said to the detective, all three of them, after what you and I just heard in that room with that young man, how in the hell can you allow that boy to leave with that woman? And the detective said to me, because he is an adult, there's not a lot we can do about it. The detective, I also said to him, I said, sir, you know everything that young boy just told us. You cannot allow him to leave with her. That young boy told us how she would lock him in a room and leave him locked in there. That young boy told us how she would give him drugs, mushrooms as he called them.
There's something like more false imprisonment to me.
Will cause him to hallucinate.
As a felon.
She lied and told me when I first talked to her that the Hispanic young man that was seen here was her ex-boyfriend. And then when we were in the meeting with the detectives,
what?
She said it was her nephew. She's been
like
telling lies for years. So you mean to tell me,
nephew?
Houston Police Department, this woman can tell multiple lies to law enforcement. She can raise money all on GoFundMe pages. I talked with the investigator for Atlanta today who worked on this case for years, the private investigator. She would raise money for Miss Jimmy. And one time she said when she raised the money for her, she only came for 5 minutes, picked up the $2,000 and drove off and left and didn't even thank the people who was raising the money on behalf of Rudy to look for them.
She is like that.
I cannot believe and I refuse to believe that there's not a single charge that they can come up with to put this woman in jail so a judge can tell her you can have no contact with the victim, just like you do in domestic violence cases. If a man gets arrested for putting his hands on a wife, God forbid, they tell him that you cannot have any contact with the victim. Rudy is a victim.
Yes, he's a victim.
The reason why he was so willing to lie is because she had convinced him that the police had warrants out for his arrest because he had ran away. And she told him, because you ran away and they were looking for you and they spent resources looking for you, that you have a warrant for your arrest. And if they catch you, you're going to jail. She had convinced the young man to wear an assumed name because he thought he was in trouble for running away. Rudy also said to us, me and the detective, on more than one occasion, he put his head down in tears right before he began to talk about him playing daddy at her request, and he got to be the husband. He has to be the husband, he said. He said, I don't want my mama to go to prison. I don't want my mama to go to jail. On yesterday,
I agree too. I think she has monetized by proxy.
Was their sexual relationship? the sergeant lied in his response. And then the next question was there a sexual relation between the mother and her son? They refused to answer that question and said he's a victim, and we protect all sexual assault victims. See, they know what I'm saying is the truth. That dirty, low-down damn cop was right there with me when Rudy said everything that he said. Just go back and look at the press conference. Why didn't you say, well, from what we know, there was no sexual relationship? You so freely saying that there was no sexual abuse reported. So what are you suggesting? Because he was of age, he gave consent? Is that what you're trying to suggest? Let me tell you something. Rudy is a victim. And for HPD to suggest on any level that that young boy may be involved in this scheme, that's wrong. That boy wasn't involved in no scheme. That woman a straight up monster. Amen. Telling you straight up. That's what that woman is. Woman sit there and told Grizzy and I both multiple lies. Multiple lies. And then get in the room with the detective and she starts singing a whole nother song. Rudy, in my opinion, his safety is in danger. Until he can be removed and placed with loving family or put in a facility where he can receive the type of mental health treatment and drug detox treatment that he needs. He needs that help. And right now, he's not getting that help. And what further angers me, you know, for that cop to hear about all
and I think that's why he still went with her that day, because I'm thinking, why didn't no one say, Rudy, you want to go home with your mama? And give him a chance to say no.
Then she told a big lie when we first got there. And I hate to put you on the spot, Grizzy, but if it wasn't for Grizzy, I would have never got involved.
Yeah, it'll be another video on that. She's been married several times. And
if it wasn't for Grizzy, that mother never would have called me.
All kinds of stuff.
But she called me thinking I was going to help cover up with the lies she would tell and defend her. Man, let me tell you something. Everyone should be praying for Rudy and should be outraged with how this is being handled. That woman should be under the jail. I'm telling you for a fact what this young man said to me. And I'm going to leave it at this. HPD, don't try me. Because I got it on record what he said to me. But for the sake of the victim, I'll respect that young man's dignity, as my lawyers told me to. But if you try me with your lies again, I'll let everybody hear what that young man said. But I want to respect that young man's privacy, because what he went through should be for him to expose to a therapist and not for me to share with the public. But I covered my bases. I'll take your questions.
Why do you think HPD is lying?
I think HPD is embarrassed that they encountered Rudy on several occasions and did not do their due diligence. When they came to this address, had they done just some basic fundamental research, they would have seen that a child went missing from this address just years before. When they encountered him on other occasions, they didn't do their due diligence. They let that boy keep going with his mother. When neighbors would call in, when family would call in and say, hey, look, we got this tip about
the grandmother used to live there, and she told
through.
The other family that he was there.
And in fact,
but when they came to check on her,
now, why when Rudy was
it take a long time. The mama would take a long time to answer the door, and then when they go inside, they won't only see the grandmother.
In fact, they wasn't going to even question Rudy. Let me be clear about that. They had decided that they were not going to question Rudy after the mother told them he's nonverbal. The mother told me and the detectives right in front of Grizzy, oh, he's nonverbal. He can't talk. And so I pulled up a chair and I sat down next to him, and he was holding his mother's leg and crouched all over. And she had covered him up with a blanket. And I said, little brother, can you look at me? And he raised his head up and he look. He said, I know you. I said, you do? He said, I know you. You Mr. X. I said, wow, little brother, you speaking now. Am I lying, Grizzy? Nope. Then I said, well, young man, can I shake your hand? He put his hand out. He's shaking like this, like a leaf blowing in the wind. And I shook that young man's hand. I said, can you sit up and talk to me? And he looked at his mama. And she said, no, he going to have a panic attack. No, he going to have a breakdown.
Panic attack? She is like Jay. Don't Jay be giving people diseases and stuff?
So I helped him up. We set him in a chair. And his mama said,
okay. You didn't watch the original one?
And the detective said,
in front of the hotel?
Call us when you think he's better. Call us when you think he's able to talk. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, at first he was nonverbal, but he's talking right now. I said, give him a chance. The detective said, well, if it's okay with him. And I said, Rudy, would you mind talking to us? He said, yeah. But I said, okay. Ask Grizzy. I said, okay, talk to the detective. I got up to walk out. Rudy grabbed my hand.
You keep calling Grizzy?
I said, no, I want him to stay. So for all of you people who put it out there that I put myself into this case, his mama called me and Rudy demanded that I stay. So I said, okay. I sat down next to him. And we asked the mother to leave. She didn't want to leave. We said, ma'am, it's important that you leave so we can see if he'll talk. He might open up. So she said, okay. She left. We started talking to him. She came back 3 minutes later, bamming on the door. We opened the door. She said, is he having a panic attack? We said, no, he's fine. Look at him. Rudy was calm. Rudy was calm. I said, look at him. She said, okay, she left. We started talking.
I was having a hard time trying to. What is going on with this computer? Hey, Tina. Okay, do I need to get closer to the what's my call? What is going on? Oh, Lord. And I was looking for a YouTube version of this because I didn't want to go to Facebook. It's hard sometimes when you have too many things open, too many tabs open.
We said, no, he's fine. Look at him. Rudy was calm. Rudy was calm. I said, look at him. She said, okay, she left. We started talking to her. She come back 5 minutes later, hammering on the door. Is he okay? Is he okay? I said, he's fine. Look at him. He's fine.
What you say, Peter?
We filming this too now. Because we knew what she was trying to do. So then we started talking to him again. And In that moment, it went on for a lengthy period of time then, for about an hour. Then she came back and tried to do up again. We stopped her. It went on for another 15 minutes. Then I did not want Rudy to see me start crying. So I was trying to sort of turn my back to him like this.
Thank you so much, St. Hudson.
Hell, I have well, son,
but that wasn't him. That was Rudy saying that. And I'm thinking, like, if
he grabbed my hand again,
y'all should know that he's saying it because she's right next to him. You know? There are people who are like that. I don't want to see my jail in prison, but some people need to be in prison. I agree with you.
Everything I told you that young man said to me, he said right now.
She giving them bad name because I ain't never heard no Mexican
when I got up,
stuff like this. I'm sorry. This is what you hear from the white people. I'm sorry. How many times we watch Lifetime? How many times we watched it in the movies?
This is on camera.
When was the last time that you heard something like this from a Mexican? Heck, even the black woman. When was the last time?
Anything?
They ain't never heard no stuff like
want
this.
Me to say to the media that would jeopardize your investigation. He said no. I said, sir, are you sure? Are you sure? He said no. So
hey, welcome, Miss Twinkle.
They took her into another room, and they had detained
all the mamas, the aunties,
the
girl cousins, and you get them a class.
Now here's the problem with that. If what the detective heard in that room,
I'm trying to figure out whose word
was not a crime.
Where you go?
Well, then why did he come out the room and put the mama in handcuffs? This ain't passing the smell test, man. If what you heard, detective, was not a crime, why you put that woman in handcuffs? Because he heard the same exact thing I heard. So before I left out again, I said to all three of them, I said, is there anything that I should not say that would jeopardize your investigation? And on the third time, they said no. 3 times I asked.
They should have told him yes.
So if you keep lying,
you don't say something different at the next press conference.
We'll let everybody see how it all went. So, for the sake of Rudy, I'll close on this last thing. I come out the room, the detective come out the room. As we step away, the door was still semi-cracked. She went in the room with Rudy. She sat down in front of him and started asking him about what he was telling us. Then she said this to him. Back me up, Grizzy, you were right there. She said, you got to change your story.
What?
If you tell them what you have told them, she's going to go to jail. She said, I'm going to go to jail and I will kill myself.
Oh,
that's what his mama said to him. And the detectives was right there to crack the door with him.
And I know she said this, but she said it to me.
That's she's to the neighbor.
Rudy is a victim. Rudy needs help. That kid needs help. I've sat down with many, many men who confessed heinous murders to me. I've sat down with men who've told me about crimes they've committed that I've had to turn in that'll make you vomit. This ain't my first case like this. But Rudy is alive. But if he's allowed to be in that woman's custody,
that's true, he's alive.
At any length of time, he very well might not be. Because I believe she will harm that child to try to cover herself. Any questions?
So based on everything that you've heard, what crime do you think was committed, and what do you think she should be charged with?
Well, she and I went over that, so I'll let Dr. Matthews handle that. We went over at length with some of that. But let me say this. Incest is a crime in Texas. Even if they want to try to imply subtly it was consensual, that's sick, man. That boy was not in his right mind.
Miss Twinkle, you live in Houston?
That boy was exploited and taken advantage of.
As far as I know, yes.
Incest is one.
But mama is too.
there's still some
And then she was
wrestling
telling the
about
cops,
age
oh,
when
the
this
cartel
really took
got
place.
him. The cartel. She is like
But
that.
making false police reports, yes. Multiple false police reports, yes. Making a false stolen car report, yes. Absolutely. Lying and saying telling the bank my credit card was stolen, and it wasn't stolen. You gave it to Rudy to have in his pocket to use to buy things for you.
All right. That's
then
cool.
You sit there and tell detectives, oh, I canceled that credit card by 6-7 years ago. Damn credit card, 2.5 years old. How he get it? From right out of here.
She didn't say Jimenez.
Just multiple crimes.
Quanell.
Anyone from the family want to say something? I just want to give them a chance if y'all want to say something on behalf of Rudy or your family. Yes, sir. Next.
Yeah, I know that what Rudy told you has touched you. Obviously, coming here outside of his mother's house is a pretty bold statement. Why did you pick this location to do this press conference?
Because this is where all of it took place. This is ground zero, man, for Rudy Farias and what took place. This house needs to be cleansed. This neighborhood needs to be healed. Everybody in this neighborhood has suffered because of what this woman did. And I came here to let Rudy know we're not afraid to come to your house of horror. Your house of horror right here, we'll come here. Your house of hell, we'll come here. And before I pulled up, I got a phone call before I pulled up saying that she was inside the house with guns. And that if I came to speak in front of her house, she had guns and she was going to use them. Let me tell that mama something real quick. You don't know who in the hell you playing with.
At all. We're not afraid of.
Let's be real crystal clear, mama, because you got the right one in me. Trust
I
me.
nailed down.
So if you inside and you watching and you want to come out and feel froggy, hop, baby. Because we won't need HPD to do that's nobody at that point.
Amber Yankee.
She's so bold, she gonna make threats. That's because the police have not put a Rusty Raggedy behind in jail. She has not suffered no consequences. That's the problem why she talks so silly like that.
As long as they keep covering that.
And I got that tip from a news station, so don't say I made that one up.
So can you clarify? You say you have Rudy's accusations on either video or
I didn't go that far.
Oh, can you clarify what
said,
you have?
No, what I'm gonna clarify for you is I got it, baby.
What does that
I
mean?
got the facts of it, and if I need to, I'll release it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going into further detail.
Chance, are you feeling finally? Yeah, he said, I got facts, baby. Let me see if I can find the part. I don't know why, either on YouTube or Facebook, I can't find the whole video of Quanell X with Rudy Farias, his family. Because when I originally saw it, I should have downloaded when I saw it. It was all together, you know? Because his aunt came up and spoke too. I'm trying to find what the Annie said. And Annie was like, she was feeling froggy herself. That whole thing was like 39 minutes, 40 minutes. I can't find the whole thing. When the Okay. Okay. So because I don't want you to hear from Quanell. I want you to hear from his aunties. Okay. Okay. Because there was one where she was doing a whole lot of talking. And I just want to give her, because she's the auntie, she really wants him back. Okay. Okay. So let me present. Yeah, the whole thing is suspicious. Since I get 400. Why is that so, Dave?
And as Daniela is off tonight.
This is his aunt speaking after the first press conference. I'm going to show you what she said at the second press.
Everything's coming out to the light because I knew that she's been lying all this time.
Rudy's aunt, Pauline Sanchez Rodriguez, tonight is worried knowing he's still with his mother.
I fear for Rudy Farias' life.
This is video neighbors took Tuesday night as Rudy's mother loaded up their car, less than 24 hours before police questioned her.
And now they want to arrest me because they said I was hiding him.
Rudy's mother then shared that. The neighbors also say she offered to pay them. Did it seem like she was offering money to get y'all to stay quiet?
Stay quiet. She wanted us to keep quiet. But I told her before I walked off, I told her one thing I'm not supposed to do is lie about something.
Keisha Ross lives down the street. She knew Rudy as Dolph and saw him regularly.
He never came in my garage with a sober mind. Never. The only thing he said to me was he didn't want to be at home because his mom got on his nerves.
And we know that Rudy and his mother left that hotel after interviewing with detectives earlier today. We have been here in their neighborhood all evening. So far tonight, no sign of them. But we are expecting an update from Houston police on this case tomorrow, a full week after Rudy Farias was found. We're live in Northeast Houston. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Bryce.
So this next one, this is the same aunt that was standing next to Quanell X in front of the house. Oh, this is them talking after the HPD.
Leave. Farias has been detained by his mother. This is what KPRC2 legal analyst Brian Weiss had to say about no charges being filed.
Merely because someone may
After 8 long years,
Very beautiful to see him, that he's okay.
Rudy Farias' aunt Pauline
He's skinny, but he's okay.
finally got to see him tonight.
We hugged until I finally let go.
The 25-year-old, reported missing at age 17, showed up outside this Magnolia Park church a week ago. But Houston police say he wasn't actually missing all this time.
Rudy returned home the following day on March 8th, 2015.
They followed up on tips, but say his mother deceived police, insisting friends and family were seeing her nephew not her son.
Both Janie, Rudy's mother, and Rudy himself gave fictitious names while interacting with various patrol officers.
Rudy is now staying with family friends. His aunt says he needs time to focus on getting well.
He doesn't want to go back to his mom.
Investigators say no reports of sexual abuse came up during HPD's interview with Rudy, but family members still want more to be done.
I still feel that he's traumatized. He's gone through a lot. And I still feel that further actions need to be taken.
And Rudy's aunt says that he is also scared right now, going through a pretty crazy time. That's all he really cares to share at this time. Meanwhile, though, investigators tell us they have reached out to Adult Protective Services as they continue investigating this false disappearance. We're live in Magnolia Park tonight. I'm Bryce Newberry.
All right. Magnolia Park was where am I? Well, we're going to watch the interview later. We haven't gotten to that part. But I wanted to show y'all not just Quanell X, but also his family. So let me see if I can find. I think it might be on another YouTuber's page where you hear. I want y'all to hear more from the family. I don't know why I can't seem to get the whole thing. Where is it?
So there's a delay.
Okay. So this is another view of the we know that part. That's Dr. Candace Matthews next to him. She's the president of the new Black Panther Nation, and the chairman is actually Quanell X. He created this organization really after he got kicked out the other new Black Panther Party for shady stuff. So just you know. Okay, what's it doing? What is going on today? Where's my Wi-Fi? I need to find my Ethernet cord because this is no, I'm not restarting my device. Hold on, y'all.
What I said, no, what I'm gonna clarify for you is I got it, baby. I got the facts of it. And if I need to, I'll release it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going into further detail than that.
Yeah, do you have a recording? What do you have?
But we got a whole lot recorded. But go ahead. Yes.
But other than just what he said and what he told detectives there, is there other evidence that you know of that police don't know about?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, is it?
Let the family answer.
I'm really not sure. But based on what I've been told, I talked with the investigator who worked on Rudy's case for years. She now lives in Alaska. She told me things that she said she reported to HPD over the years. And she wanted HPD to investigate the mother. She told them she thought the mother was involved. She told them of the warning signs and the red flags that she had discovered. They never followed through. So I think she needs to be interviewed in depth because she knows a whole lot. This woman was flying across the country, his mama, raising money to look for Rudy. Really using those trips as vacation trips. All in New York, raising money to look for Rudy.
California, yeah.
You understand me?
But it's California.
There's a whole lot more to this story.
She went to Cali too.
But that investigator knows a great deal with whom I spoke with. And she is very knowledgeable about a whole lot of this stuff. But I'll let her speak for herself.
Have you shared
Come on,
these recordings?
Oh, she got the investigator?
No.
Oh, no, that's...
Why not?
Because
That's
my
family?
attorneys told me that I should not.
Why? I don't.
Because he is a victim of a sexual assault in our opinion and in their opinion. And that I should not for the sake of his personal privacy.
What's the difference between you describing what's in the case and you just releasing the case?
Because that's my right to do so. And I wanted to they told me, no, don't do that. I'm following wise legal advice.
Who's your lawyer?
And that's none of your business.
Oh, yeah. Who's the lawyer?
But Stanley Snyder. But anyway, Stanley Snyder. But no, told me not to. Yes.
Okay, I'm here. Y'all just asked, was there any other evidence or anything else any other way?
Just state how you related.
I'm sorry, my name is Michelle Rodriguez and I'm first cousin to Rudy Farias, Janie's niece. Prior to Rudy's disappearance, his so-called disappearance, his mother had been seen by my late grandma of causing abuse to Rudy, sexually, physically, mentally. This did not just start when Janie reported Rudy missing. It was going on for quite some time before then. And did it start at this house? No. But Janie needs to be brought in. And the police letting her go, the DA letting her go, letting her walk free because they don't have no proof and they say that there are no sexual assault proof. Y'all not gonna know that. I want to say something, but they're not gonna know that if they didn't take him to go get medically checked. And they refused to do that. And they let her walk. They're not gonna know what the hell she's really done if they didn't bring her in and put pressure on her to talk, which they're allowing her to do because they're covering up for themselves. They're covering up what they knew years ago and they didn't want to come out forward. So the chief of police, the DA, and any other law enforcement that knew about this from back then, y'all are gonna come out. It's all gonna come out. You can't hide. Nothing's gonna be hidden anymore. So whatever you think you can't hide, good luck, it's coming out.
What do you know
Michelle, en
about Rudy's
español,
status right
te podemos preguntar, ¿están ustedes haciendo una acusación muy grave al departamento de policía diciendo que están ocultando información, de que están ocultando parte del testimonio que dio Rudy? ¿Por qué creen que ocultan esa información?
Porque ayer el chief of police dijo que no había pruebas, que lo que dijo Quanell ex que no era cierto. Cuando había alguien más adentro que escuchó todo, están diciendo que no oyeron nada, ¿ok? Uno. Dos, están diciendo que no ha pasado nada y que Rudy tiene la edad que él puede hacer lo que él quiere.
That Rudy has the age where he can do whatever he wants.
Janie sí le hizo algo por
Janie
muchos
did do
años,
something to him.
y ellos están diciendo que eso no es.
And they're saying it's not true.
Porque no quieren que salga lo que ellos hicieron.
Why they're not saying the truth? Because they don't want to come out.
La investigación que hicieron aquí en esta casa no salió todo en el reporte como debería.
The investigation that was done didn't come out in the report like it should have.
Was CPS involved before he was reported missing?
I don't know. I haven't gone that far to check. But if they were, I'm sure it was just an in and out because
Take
she had
Telemundo out of there.
HPD to back her up. For various reasons, because she has contact with HPD prior to her relationship with Rudy Farias, the HPD officer that committed suicide, who is Rudy's father. She's got other contacts in there, and they know that.
What do you know about Rudy's status right now? I'm a little confused.
Her other
No, he's with a
husband,
family
John
friend.
Rodriguez, was a sheriff.
When police reported that he was safe with family, the initial report that they put he was safe with family, he was never with family. We have it on video who he was with and how he left the hotel. He didn't leave with no family.
The hotel the other day, yes.
The hotel the other day. He didn't leave with family. He left with someone else who was a friend of his mother's.
Have you spoken to him since yesterday?
No. Also, let me tell you something I learned that was interesting to me from speaking with the investigator. Rudy's brother died in a motorcycle accident. His brother had an insurance policy. You know who the brother named, according to the investigator, as the inheritor of the policy? His little brother, Rudy.
What the?
Okay. But if Rudy dies, or if Rudy is no longer around and declared dead because he's missing, guess who inherited the money?
Mama.
His mama. When she discovered that, she told HPD to get in contact with her. They did not. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here.
I'm gonna go into that.
That needs to be uncovered. Yes, sir.
She got a lot of stuff, legal stuff.
We have a couple of neighbors here. Let this neighbor come up.
Oh, listen.
She was attempting to pay neighbors. To be clear.
Oh, yes. Yes.
In the last couple of days,
listen to this one, y'all.
She was offering neighbors money to break into the house and destroy evidence. So there was a break-in reported over here. Did y'all know that a few days ago? She was attempting to pay neighbors to break in to take certain things out of the house and get rid of it. Talk about that, brother. And say where you live and who you are.
My name is Adrian Boone. I'm a friend of Rudy's. I'm gonna start off with y'all questions first.
No. Tell what happened.
Tell her what happened.
Okay, so she called me. This is all facts. She called me 2:30 in the morning. I don't be asleep. Ever since this happened, I'm worried because he come in my house, my garage. She offered me $200 along with other friends. I'm not gonna mention them because they don't want to be brought up.
No snitching.
Offered us $200 to go in that house and get some stuff for her while she at work. I thought to myself, why you offering me money to go in your house when you was just at home? To break in there. If somebody's in the house or if a neighbor's anybody see I go in the house, I can either get shot, arrested. I never had a background in my life. Never did nothing wrong. So why would I start now?
That's
especially
on
for money. I have my own money.
In the back of him on
I
the
wouldn't
left.
stoop that low.
Why do you think she wanted you to do that?
Come again?
Why do you think she did that?
I mean, what would you think? To hide evidence, have us do stuff for her, keep her hands clean?
And then remember, she's saying break in.
Well,
she doesn't break in her house.
That ain't all she said.
Go ahead,
That's
Keisha.
not all she said.
Let's go, Keisha.
We heard it. It's okay. Go ahead. Say your name first.
My name is Keisha Ross. I'm the neighbor that discovered that he wasn't missing. She didn't just offer them to go into her house. She offered my cousin $200 to go in back of the house the day all the stuff went down and knock on the window. Dolph, I saw him. He used to carry a gun. So suppose my cousin know too much. So why would you call him the same time you call my son after you hang up with my son and ask him to go in back of the house to wake Rudy up? Because if he's armed, he can get shot too. Because you so-called told me, and it's on video, I'm the one that gave that video of her saying that the reason why she didn't want him to tell nobody who he was or discover who he was because the cartel was supposed to be after him. Then she's making accusation. She left because we asked her for money. You offered money. You paid my cousin on Cash App $10 to walk around the corner and tell the neighbor that he don't know anything. You offered us money You offered me money to say that I was lying, that I was talking to a so-called nephew. Ask your nephew, do he know me? Ask your nephew what's inside my house. Only person that can answer that question is Rudy, because that's who I always let in my house and let in my garage since I've been here. And I've been here since 2022. And I never knew he was missing.
State the crimes we believe she's committed.
Okay. So, Dr. Candace Matthews, I'm the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation. We've actually done some research in reference to the laws that has been actually
I'll answer. The family wants to answer also. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pauline Sanchez Rodriguez. I'm the half sister of Janie Santana. I'm going to answer that to you. Okay. Number one, I'm going to get into a little detail. Okay. But first of all, is there's some things that can be answered, and there's some things that are not going to be let out until the right time. Okay. Right now, foremost important, Rudy's the victim. Okay. We got to accept his privacy and certain things that he does not want mentioned. Okay. We cannot call Mr. X a liar because that he's not. All right. Put it past a few years ago when my mom was alive. I don't mean to bring the subject. My mom rest in peace, and I keep saying that, but I told her I will bring this to an end. Okay. Meaning I'm the oldest of the sisters here in Houston. Okay. I didn't tell nobody. I got involved, and I continue to do this until we see her get the help that she needs. Okay. That's all I'm going to say, because she does need help. Janie Santana. Now, when my mom was alive, our mother was alive, she was under my care, under home health. Okay. I'm not going to mention the company I work for. She was under care. When I would not hear, or our mom would not answer the phone, I got concerned. That's time for me to do a welfare check. Okay. Because I work for an agency.
Right.
And the mom is under the state, and I'm going to come and check. So I come like the state does without notice. Okay. When that door wasn't open right away, I started thinking. So not once, not twice, it happened numerous of times. Finally, the door would open after 20 minutes. I put a watch on time, okay, because I'm on work duties. So when they finally answered, I got to see our mom. I did a welfare check through the agency. First thing my mom would tell me, Rudy is here. Rudy is here. I said, Mom, are you sure Rudy's here? Rudy is here. He's back there. So I walked around freely. I didn't see Rudy. You know why? Because I gave them enough time, or Janie Santana enough time, to get him to the damn back door and go into the woods. Okay?
And lots of times she always kept his bedroom door locked.
Locked. And nobody could go in there. Right. Because I even tried to open the door. She said, what you doing in there? I'm trying to check and see, make sure that this house is clean. Half of the damn time my mom was dirty. I hate to say that. Okay, filthy. And burning herself because nobody was taking care of her. So tell me if I don't have a right to come in here and do a welfare check. I did. Okay. Then I would call my family. Okay. But every time my mom would say, he is here, Janie Santana would come out. She's hallucinating. She's on medication. She doesn't know what she's saying. Okay. So what are you supposed to do? I have to respect her privacy. It's her house, right? So I go about my way and I put my little notes in my system. Okay. At work. As long as I did my job, I'm okay. It kept on, it lingered on, and it lingered on. And I kept telling everybody, I says, Janie is hiding Rudy. And I have to believe what my mom would tell us. Okay. I had to believe that because moms don't lie. Okay.
How about that?
And what stupid ass mom, excuse my French, is going to do that to her own child? As mad as you are, that's one thing that nobody should downgrade themselves. So this man right here, Mr. X, When I physically, and I'm not type that I don't give up. DA, HPD, everybody. I physically went yesterday because I'm not the one to give up. First, my son went in there to see him. He doesn't want to be on camera. Okay. He's one of my firstborn triplets. He got there. Then finally, my nephew agreed to see me, thanks to Grizzy. Okay. Grizzy's the number one. If it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't have come this far. This far and have Mr. X here. The only thing, as soon as I hugged my nephew yesterday, we started in tears. And I know him already from him growing up. He went to a Catholic school. Am I right, Linda? He's not one to lie, because they don't teach you that. And he was raised up by my grandma being through him since he was a baby. He wasn't raised to lie. When I contact him and I more or less told him what Janie Santana did to you, you're going to be okay. So he more or less knew what I meant. You know, we cried, we shed tears. It's like telling me, yes, absolutely. You know, when I said, when Quanell, did I say Quanell X talked to him? He said, is that going on? So he nodded his head. He wasn't going to say it out loud. So do you expect me to call this man a liar? Hell no. HPD and the DA better get their shit together. All right. I'm sorry to say these words, but I'm a type of person like my daughter here. I'm going to speak the way it is. All right. So anybody, for your answer, it has to be answered. He will, what do you say?
The best answer that you could have got, she just gave it to you.
Do you have a copy of his life insurance policy?
Oh, he had the ice cream.
I don't have it. I believe that the investigator has.
You probably saw a whole lot of people there. So it's hot out here.
Once again, my name is Pauline Sanchez. I don't have no, it's like I said, I can tell when people are lying. I've been there. I've done that. Not what's happening here, of course, you know, but I left home at 12 years old for certain reasons from Janie's father abusing me. And it runs in the family because he sexually abused me. Okay. I shouldn't have said this out loud because it's been a long time. So it runs in the damn family. Her uncle, I'm not going to mention names.
Say the name.
He tried to do that too. Okay.
What is that other?
Okay. I'm tired of this and this has to stop somewhere. Rudy needs help.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pauline, ¿te puedo hacer una pregunta? Pauline?
Yeah.
In Spanish? Pauline?
Yeah.
Got them for him. She got that.
Are we going to take legal actions again? No. Why? But the truth is going to come out.
What it is, if Janie is charged like she should be, then Rudy has the right to choose what family he wants to be with.
Right.
Because he's an
That's
adult.
not what he asked. He said we're going to take
I don't know.
charges
I don't know
on
your
the
question. I didn't hear
He
your
wants
question.
to know we're going to take charges against HPD if they find
What was your question? Because I don't
like,
speak
you are
Spanish. I'm
making
sorry.
a very serious accusation against the HPD, the police department. Will you take any legal action against them?
I don't plan to at this time, but I want to see what they're going to do in a couple of days. I want to see how this is going to play out.
So in a couple of days, if they don't...
I want to see how this is going to play out. But before suit, I'd file a complaint with IED first. I would file an Internal Affairs Division complaint first before they
You'll
make
go
legal
on
action against
the
me. I'd file
HPD
that complaint.
website and you can fill it
The
out.
bottom line is, I want to see what they're going to do. There's too much here. There's too much here. The family goes and get a chance to finally see Rudy.
He is not.
And he tells them what I'm saying is true.
Oh, hammer. I just
Damn,
she got a
what more
hammer.
do you want, HPD?
Is that a hammer? Thor hammer?
What more do you want?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Thor
shit.
hammer. Man.
Let's all pray for Rudy. Let every single one of us pray for Rudy. And you see how whenever Rudy is not in the presence of his mother, he opens up and he talks.
Sure do.
And tells the truth about what happened to him. We thank you for your presence. Thank you for being here. May God bless you all. Please pray for Rudy. Assalamu alaikum.
Amen. Thank you, guys. This is hard, but...
The hammer.
Shout out to Mel for this really great. He had the whole thing. I should have just went straight there. Because he had it. But yeah, well, this is the thing. After the first press conference, they actually handcuffed her, but then they let her go. And then Rudy went with them. And I kept thinking, like, did y'all not ask Rudy, hey, Rudy, do you want to go with your mom? Or do you want us to go with another? Because his other family members were there at the hotel, too. That Aunt Pauline and the other auntie, they were there. Grizzy was there. Grizzy could have called somebody to come get him. I think there was an uncle or a cousin there, too. And I'm like, did nobody ask, hey, Rudy, who you want to go home with? You want to go home with your mom? You want to go sit over here? But you heard what they said. The mom was like stuck to him like glue, and she didn't want him to say anything or do anything, and he was shut down when she was near. So, wait a minute. Don't somebody else? Let me stop. Okay. Yes, prayers. Okay, so this next thing I'm going to show, I'm going to show one more. This is from News Nation. This is a cousin. I think it's a cousin. She said another cousin said, yeah, the grandma told us, and she said in 2018 she called the police. Okay, let me go find it. Because where's News Nation? Where's yours? Dang it. Where's the one?
So many.
They also been contacting the old investigators too in this case. And they're saying like, hey, the mom was not being very truthful with us. She was sending us on wild goose chases and everything. Have they caught that dude in have they caught that dude in Pennsylvania? Is they looking for? Where is the one? It's a sister. Hold on, let me go to my library. I know I made myself a Rudy Farias playlist. I put all the videos that dang it. Oh goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see. Justine did miss. Where's the one? It's a cousin or something that said, Rudy Farias, Aunt Emily. Someone talked to them in 2018.
Volunteers, police, and community members searched everywhere for Farias.
KPRC 2's Corley Peel.
Oh, here she is. This is her. This her. Found it. Okay. Y'all see it? Okay. Members. Yeah, this is it.
We continue our team coverage only.
His cousin, Cassandra Lopez, says there were more concerns than relief.
I was in shock. I was like, I believe it. I mean, I was glad, but it just was wondering what was going to unfold from it. Like, what was the story going to be behind it? Because it's just, we've always in our hearts knew that he wasn't really missing.
In September 2018, Houston police say family members called saying Farias was living behind a family member's home. Officers searched but never found him. Lopez says she is the family member that called police. She says her grandmother lived with Rudy's mother and would tell family members she saw and talked to Rudy regularly.
She would just say, I saw Rudy, you know, he came to check on me, and, you know, we just said hello and have their little conversation. She never went into detail, but she would say she saw him. And
Rudy's mother shared pictures of him in the hospital after he was found at a church on June 29th.
They're saying that those pictures right there are fake.
And had cuts.
His cousins here love him, and, you know, everything we're doing right now is to make sure that he can tell his story.
Lopez says she wants to know the truth. And I spoke with neighbors who say they saw Rudy and his mother here in their driveway last night. They also took video of a conversation they had with Rudy's mother. Coming up at 6, hear why she feared she could be arrested. Reporting live, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
We will see you then, Corley. Thank you.
I'm talking, y'all can't hear me. I was gonna say, I wanted to show y'all the family and what they were saying and what they done. Because they were looking for him. They were reporting to the police. They were going by the house. But she was hiding him like he was goddamn Anne Frank or like a slave on Underground Railroad. Like she was just hiding him. So I want to show you. Okay, so now what we're gonna go do, like I said, I want to do another separate video just about his mother, because oh my goodness, so much stuff has come out about her. Look at picture just maybe from that time I ain't sleeping. That's what it sounded like. And then on top of that, the other day you're like, oh, one of the police officers. Well, I'm a trained individual, you know. Like I'm supposed to be seeing signs of, you know, abuse, and I didn't see anything like that. And I'm just like, but then the man behind you say, oh, we can't tell you anything about a sexual assault victim investigation. It's against. I'm like, wait a minute. Because you say he wasn't abused. I'm confused. Okay. So this time we're gonna go to Grizzy. Grizzy's channel, and she dropped interview 1 and 2 earlier today, and I believe like an hour ago she dropped part 3. So I didn't have to go to Facebook to get it. I first started following her on Facebook, and then because of this case, I found out she has I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me put it down. Let me put myself down here. It's no telling how much he really did enjoy the separate mother here. So this is eventually his mother and him went back to the house. The neighbor said they saw them like getting some stuff and leaving. That's when Keisha and the other neighbor said she was calling them to go look around the house or break in and do something. But eventually they said, I think Quanell said he didn't leave with the mom. He left with a mom's friend or friend of the family. And then later on, I think the aunt said she was actually, you heard her, she said, I was actually able to talk to him. So this is Rudy. Grizzy actually pixelated his face. So this is his, so we're going to look at the 3-part interview. Matter of fact, let me do this. This is probably even better. If I put it in my playlist. That way, we don't gotta stop. We can just keep on rolling. And then Fox News, the local Fox News, did his interview tonight. So he was doing a lot of talking today. Okay, so that's his full. Oh, it's Fox 26 Houston. Okay, so we go to the library. Let me go to play this.
Volunteers.
Let me go to. Okay. I gotta let you. Oh, I should let you listen to the investigator, but we'll do that one. We'll probably do that when we do mom, because she said a lot. And then another lady I think Grizzy talked with today was another lady who lost her own son, and she was trying to get that lady to lie for her. Like, hey, tell the police that my son, I'm like, what? Like, that lady's son really still looking for her son. She is still looking for her son.
Volunteers, police, and community.
Okay.
Oh, it's good. I might be able to get it. Oh, you know.
When that door's open, that looks good. How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Just a little sick. I think I just got a cold or something. But other than that, I'm good. Happy here.
Well, we probably need you to talk really loud, just because it's phones.
Yeah, I understand. It's a little struggle. My throat's kind of sore.
I understand. Oh, actually, it's not bad. Yeah. Hold on.
Rudy, how are you 25?
Let's say 26. That's my age and date sometimes. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to keep track, especially if I don't have phones or anything. It's a little difficult.
You know, if we keep the door a little open, it's helpful with the light. That could work if you want to hold this right there. That's fine. All right. Are you shocked at how much attention this has gotten?
A lot. It's a lot of attention. It kind of gets me overwhelmed, But other than that, I just try to stay positive, just try to keep my mentality straight and honest and true and just spread positivity and kindness,
So the world thought you were missing for 8 years. Where were you? Where have you been?
Just at home. Stuck at home, if somebody would come over, my mom would just tell me stay in the room, keep the door locked, don't let him in, don't make any sounds, don't do anything, you know.
Tell us about what it was like living there. Were you allowed to leave the room? Was she holding you there against your
She
will?
never like locked me in or, you know, like handcuffed me or anything like that. You know, I had free will to leave. It just felt like brainwashing, honestly. Like, it just kept confusing me, just the way, you know, she would manipulate me into saying like, oh, you're gonna get arrested because you have a speeding ticket or something, like something minor, something innocent, and then it would just gonna escalate into just people just
You're good.
Okay.
which is
Take your time.
yeah, it just escalated from there.
They need to take him to therapy.
Just be free, live my own life.
You need an evaluation.
All the time, and then we eventually just went into she locked me in there pretty much mentally. Just that she was my only parent. She was the only person I really had besides my brother. So when I lost my brother, I didn't have anybody to teach me how to live. You know, how to have confidence or trust in myself or anything, you know. So I just depended on my mom all my life.
What had you been doing for those 8 years?
Just trying to study the best I can online, you know, understand how the world works, you know, understand different cultures, different religions, different everything. Because my life, I just believe that we should stop putting labels on everything and just understand the communities and the prosperity and the growth and the positivity, because there's just too much fighting, there's too much anger, there's too much depression and mental health problems in the world. Yeah, we just need to spread more positivity, because all of it, everything around us, it's an algorithm that they control through the social media and through the colors and just everything. You know, like if you see something white, like a white wall,
Okay, now.
a white pillowcase,
Okay,
or a
Rudy.
white car driving around the place, you know, you will
come back.
You'll
Come
just
back
understand,
to
like,
what we
you're trying to
asked
have
you.
a positive thought, and then you
Okay.
look at something white and get sidetracked, and you'll get distracted about stuff and things, and then you'll find stuff like a pink wall. or
Ain't nobody
something,
to
or
interrupt you.
whatever, and then you just
Say,
your
Rudy,
mind
come
will,
back
you know,
to
somebody
us.
trying to help you, prosperity, you know, just somebody loving people. And red, people confuse that for anger or hate, and it's only anger or hate, these type of things, if you look at it that way, you know.
You know, police said a lot of times that you were 17 when this happened and you were an adult. You spoke a little bit about this, about some of the family trauma you've had growing up. Talk about the fact that although you're an adult, how difficult it was for you to be in this situation and maybe not be able to get out of.
It felt like Stockholm syndrome, honestly. Like, just held against my will mentally, not physically, just constantly, like, she was bombarding me with negative thoughts. And like every time I come around her, she just makes me, it's like little triggers just pop up, and it's like if I'm trying to get away from my mom, I'll hear a random noise, and it'll be like a little reminder in my head, like, don't do that, don't say this, or
No wonder we was down at Keisha's house.
She's putting ideas
didn't
and
want
thoughts
us to
in my
phone.
head whenever I'm just trying to, you know, just understand the world.
Do you think your mom took advantage of you?
Heavily.
How does that feel? I mean, I can't imagine. You said your mom's really the only person in your family you have. How was that you felt your own mom took advantage?
It's like I lived in a prison. It's like I lived in a fucking jail my whole life. I just wanted to be free. I wanted to have my own job. I just wanted to live my life. I just wanted to just love somebody, you know, have somebody else that would actually love me, because I wasn't sure what love was. I struggled with understanding my emotions. I don't know when I'm sad and that I'm sending out negative energy. I don't understand when I'm happy and sending out positive energy.
His mom be her ass full.
The only way I was understanding how to communicate
Well,
with people
Tia,
was online.
pretty much,
And even then,
Armandus,
you can't
go
trust
find
everything
her.
you see online, because half the time people are just making their own assumptions and spinning what they want. And just, I can't ever speak my truth because everybody wants to assume things.
Can you go into the brainwashing? What would she say to you? Would she say something would happen if you were to leave her home?
It wasn't that. It's just after I left, I started to understand that all of it's just an algorithm. It's literally all.
I was thinking the same thing too. I said, Lord, please don't let me be a scam. Please tell me this boy was trying to escape.
White, it'll confuse you when you're trying to go in a positive direction. If you look at something red, it'll remind you of love. If you look at green, it'll remind you of, like grounding people that are there for you and stuff,
Did you feel stuck? And what was she doing exactly that kept you hidden?
It's just every time I would try to leave or, try to do things for myself, like I want to go get my own money, I want to go work a different job, I want to do this and that, they would always just come right back around to just don't do that, or it's bad, don't do that, like cops are going to come out, they're going to do this, they're going to arrest you if you're driving a car without a license or this and that. And it's just like, oh, how do you expect me to get a license to drive a car if I can't even go out? All I do is work 12-hour shifts 7 days a week and I get $60 fucking. Like, I don't understand how that's fucking fair.
$60.
Why do you think she wanted to keep you hidden?
Hold on.
It all started just because I had a fucking speeding.
Hold on, y'all. I missed you, baby. Did he say he was working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week and all he got was $60? Ma'am, that's slave wages. Oh, I see a lawsuit. Y'all go pick Janie up right now. We got false imprisonment. We got some identity theft going on. Okay? And then we over here, what do you call it? Not giving someone a fair wage. Isn't that federal? He was working with his mother for some type of security or something company or some type of at night. She must have got his money. And I want to say because she kept saying that was Dolph, her nephew. I think they was getting paid on each table, so there was no track record. Oh my goodness. 7 hours a day and $60? This 2023. This ain't 8 to 55. I'm gonna say this real talk. Yeah, that's what Quanell said. He said the mama said he's nonverbal, he gets nervous and just like, and he started talking and asking the boy questions, and he was like, the boy was telling him she went beyond my boundaries. Like, ain't nobody nonverbal saying they go beyond my boundaries. There's somebody very articulate. They die for dying. Yeah, the rest of her damn life. And let's just say something. Let's say this is some type of whatever scam, whatever. But what if Rudy figured out like, hey, I'm gonna do this scam with my mama, but I'm gonna use it to escape. I feel like, hell, yeah, it worked out. Cause she sound hard. I mean, let him get out, cause she's just awful. And remember, he's supposed to get the dead brother's insurance policy. So what age was he supposed to get it? And did mama collect it? Like, what the hell? Like, I gotta look this up. How many years you gotta wait on the insurance policy if the recipient ain't there to collect? Because look, she told everybody he ran away. I'm sorry, somebody called the insurance company. That's insurance fraud. See, that's a third, fourth thing she up there for. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what happened to that money? But remember, she said he was missing. She was missing. So I don't think she was hiding him so he get his money. It was for her. I don't think so. The thing is, what was the insurance company and what was I gotta look up legally. When can a person collect if the recipient is missing? Is it 8 years? So that would have been this year? Oh man, she did it on purpose. You know what? I just thought about something. What if he heard his mama talking about collecting that money. Like, she been telling him, like, oh, you're going to get in trouble with the law. Da, da, da. But what if he overheard her talking about collecting that money, and he went and grabbed her car keys and crashed that shit on purpose because he wanted to be found? Like, oh, you ain't for have me in this house for fucking 8 years. You could collect my brother's insurance money, and you're not going to give me none of it because he only gets $60 for 12 hours days and 7 days a week. Mm-mm. You know what the thing is? She needs to pray, thank God, that Rudy didn't do what that girl Gypsy Rose Blanchard did to her mama. Because Gypsy Rose Blanchard figured out that her mama was making her sick. She didn't have cancer. She done found a boyfriend online. She was still pretending she was sick, and her and that boyfriend killed her. She better be glad Rudy didn't do that shit to her in the middle of the fucking night. I'm serious. Because the auntie did too. And I'm going to look it up too because one of her marriages was to a guy named Oresti, and that was the brother's name. But I was like thinking about it, I looked out how much older he was than Rudy. And then I kept thinking, like, what if the brother really wasn't the brother? What if the brother was actually like their stepdad? Like, you know? No. When he ran away, he was 17. But they're saying that his mama put the wrong age on there, so he's probably 18. She's 26 now. Whether he was 17 or 18 then, you still add 8. It's been 8 years. Yeah, she had 2 different fundraisers. She was getting money. Mm-hmm. Because he was missing, you know? Mm-hmm. I called the whatchamacallit on her.
Ticket. I went like 70 and 55 trying to go to work. And then when that all started, it's just like I wasn't able to have a life. I was starting to working and growing and, you know, provide for myself. And then after that happened, I couldn't do it.
I think the question everyone has is why your mom would lie and say that you've been missing for 8 years. Did she ever tell you, did you ever ask, Mom, why are we pretending that I'm missing?
That's the thing. When it comes to the real small details like that, I don't remember. It's like it just blocks it out. Like she's blocking it out for me or something. It's like I just want to remember the facts. I just want to understand, you know,
somebody take him to the
therapist. Do and just try to live my life the way I want to, not how she wants me to.
Were you questioning your mom, like, Mom, why am I doing
Yes,
this?
I would always ask her stuff like, when am I going to get a job? When am I going to have my own car? When am I going to be able to make my own decisions? When am I going to be able to just go out and be free? Like, why can't we just go to the fucking police station? Why can't I just get a lawyer? Why can't I just do that? And she's like, oh, you can't get a lawyer because it's too much money. We can't do that because it's too much money. Everything was always just money. It's constantly fucking money.
If you had to guess why she was doing this, was she making money from you being missing, as far as you know?
I don't know. I think somebody at one point mentioned something about an original GoFundMe page. And then my mom wanted to say something about, like, one of my aunts or something was, like, stole all the sodas or some shit. But meanwhile, where's all the money that they raised, you know? And where did that go to helping find me?
So we have video. We actually, Fox 26, we interviewed your mother while you were in the hospital 10 years ago in 2012. What happened? Why were you in the hospital? And I guess it was mentioned to our reporter at the time that you had cancer.
I had a tumor on my heel at one point, but that was irrelevant. Originally, I think all that had started because she wanted me to fake taking some, like, bottle of Tylenol or like Aleve PM or something.
This mama's scamming out
She
here.
wanted to fake me going to the hospital, and
What?
she pretty much just forced me
That's
to go
why
in
y'all, when I
the
do
ER.
the
They're
mama
like, hey,
thing,
you know,
they
act
got
like you're
someone
sick,
found
you're
video of
overdosing
her.
and shit. And
This was before you were missing.
They found video of her
Why? Why was this happening?
scamming
I don't even remember. I think it was something
with
to do with
Rudy.
school. I was depressed and I was cutting my wrists when I was, getting sad. I didn't have an idea how to, understand my emotions. It was after my brother passed away. I didn't know how to deal with pain and depression, so I would just literally just rip a fucking Coke can open and just run it on my wrist like a fucking cheese grater just to feel something.
Your brother was a big part of your life, the one who passed away. Talk to us about that, and was that a major part in this, how you were feeling with depending on your mom?
Yes, ma'am. He would take care of me. He would take me to and from school. He would pick me up. He would get me McDonald's. He'd just say little jokes and stuff. And after he had passed away, I just wasn't able to, love myself or anything anymore. I wasn't able to have somebody like a father figure. He was my brother, but I never had a dad. I only had stepdads. I didn't know how to grow up. I didn't know what I was doing as I was growing up. I didn't understand how to take care of myself, how to wash myself, how to make doctor's appointments, how to do anything, because I never had a chance.
What would you have to say to police that say, well, he was an adult?
What do you mean?
It seems like in this case, you didn't have the support there that you needed. And police seem so focused on your age that you were 17, which is an adult in Texas. But can you talk about the fact that, yes, you were an adult, but the mindset that you've been in?
Yeah, it was just like a constant brainwashing, like a Stockholm type of syndrome where it's just, you just fall in love with your captive and just want to take care of them, do this and that, it would just constantly just be me trying to help and just take care of my mom, do whatever she needs because I cared about her. She's the only person I had.
Did your mom, over this last 8 years, did she say anything or like, is there anything that sticks out in your mind that bothers you or that you remember conversations with her that
just, I don't know, I used to have to sleep in her bed sometimes. I don't remember why, just like next to her. It wouldn't be anything sexual or anything like that. I wouldn't lie about that because there's plenty of people that need honest truths when it comes to those things. That just muddies the water.
Rudy family, take him to therapy, psychiatrist and psychologist. Get him some help today. This boy was a cutter. And obviously his mama is a schemer, got Munchausen by proxy. Did this boy just say, oh, my mama made me sleep in the bed with her, but it wasn't nothing sexual? No. You missed the part. She said the mom had him covered in a blanket. And the mom told them he's nonverbal. And he was clinging to her leg. But when Mr. X started talking to Rudy, he was very articulate. Then when they separated him from the mom, Rudy started talking a whole lot when she was in the room. But as soon as mama came back, he was back into his little role, hunched over in the blanket, hugging on her, not saying nothing. Did I get that part right, y'all? Now, I am remembering similarities in what Quanell X said. Quanell X said, yeah, she did say, he said she had to sleep in the bed with her. But he just said, oh, it was nothing sexual. that's kind of weird. I'm like, wait a minute now. Your mama is making you not be known to your family and to the world because you might get in trouble with the law. You're working 12-hour days, 7 days a week, and you're only getting $60. And then you just told us she made you sleep in the bed with her, even though you got a whole other fucking room. Now he did say. Now she probably did tell him like, "Oh, you be quiet, don't say this, because I'm gonna go to jail or I'm gonna die." Let's see if he says that. Then I'm sorry. Let's keep going. I just got okay.
To lie about those type of things. That's where I said the media, they like to twist my words and confuse things. I never said anything bad about her in that regard, but just boundaries she would push or make me uncomfortable, and I would say stop, and she's like, well, why, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong, and then I would just be like, okay, you didn't do anything wrong, and just leave it at that. Just push my boundaries if you want, do whatever you had to do. And I would just be like a people pleaser, but I didn't have people to please, just my mom. I didn't have anybody to take care of or, help understand.
Okay, so he said she would nag him. She go beyond his boundaries. Mr. X said that. He said sleep with her bed and boundaries. I think he also mentioned her. But didn't he just say he became a people pleaser? But he had no other people to please. It was just her. So okay, all right, we going.
Me, it was just her all the time. My mom.
How hard has it been right now? I know that this is the only person you feel like you have had, and now that you're separated, how hard is it to make that distinction right now? Do you want to talk to her?
No, not really. I don't want any contact with her at all. I just want to live my life away from her. She can do whatever she wants. I don't care. I just want to live my life. I want to have a family, a job, a car, just a house. I just want to live my life.
Now I'm sorry. I don't want to say Rudy is a liar or Quanell X is a liar. But this dude is saying things that maybe I can see why Quanell X said that would think that there was a sexual relationship. Or is he still, because now he's in front of the camera, he don't want to say something too bad or embarrassed. Because also boys and men, it's very hard for them to admit sexual abuse. Then you gotta say sexual abuse by your mama. But did they ask you, do you want to see your mama? He said, no, never. I never want to see her. Did y'all hear that? Was it just me? He said never, right? Never. That's why I kept saying, like, he needs a therapist. A psychologist, go to church, or something, all of the above. Before he interviewed anybody. Matter of fact, they should have took him down to that goddamn police station and say, I'm here to talk to you without my damn mama. And I'm telling y'all, I never want to see her again. And this is why. What the hell? I'm going to back that up because I'm just like, I wasn't expecting never. Because never is a long fucking time. Now, to be honest with you, I can understand never. Because I don't never want this woman there. If he wants to get married, have his own kids, I wouldn't trust no kids with my mom. Never. She get pisses. But hell, at this point, I don't think she's gonna get nothing.
Car, just a house. I don't care. I just want to live my life away from her.
How hard is it to make that distinction right now?
Just,
do you want to talk to her?
No, not really. I don't want any contact with her at all. I just want to live my life away from her. She can do whatever she wants. I don't care. I just want to live my life. You know, I want to have a family, a job, a car, just a house. I just want to live my life. I just want to be happy. I don't want to keep going back to those negative thoughts she always has on me. I'm so tired of them. I'm so tired of those thoughts. Just constant negativity around that house, and I hate it. Seems like every time she comes around me, it just feels negativity into me. Like she's just downloading it into my brain over and over, and I don't like it.
Did she make you, were there ever times where police would come to your house to check on you that you recall?
I think at one point.
Did you have interaction with the police, or did your mom make you hide? Like, how are you able to get away? I know police mentioned some fake names. Did you actually speak to the police ever?
Like once or twice. Maybe once when I was driving my mom's car, they pulled us over because, you know, she wasn't feeling good. She had took some pain medicine after a surgery, and, you know, she was struggling to drive. So like, just get in the passenger seat. I'll take you home. It's not too far, And yeah, they pulled me over for something like that, but I don't remember what name I gave them. It's just she told me, just say something else, say a different name because they don't, they're gonna arrest you. I'm just like, why can't I just tell them my name?
What was it like? I mean, 8 years without seeing some of your closest family members, and every time they come over, what would you have to do?
Hide. If my uncles or my aunts came to visit my mom, or my family would come to visit my grandma. That's the main reason they would go over there to see my grandma. And I would just have to listen to my family be happy and cheerful on the other side of a fucking door. And I'm just like, I want my families, I just want people. I just want communication. I just want people to understand that we need to start talking more and just stop, like.
Did you want to just end it right there and go out and tell them that you're here and you're okay?
I just want them to know that I wanted to scream for them, but at the same time, I just couldn't because the only person I was able to trust was my mom. She told me so many things about my other family that I didn't know. I wasn't able to verify.
Was your grandma living with you at one point?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had and she tried to tell people that you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
She had Alzheimer's. Was she sick?
She had Alzheimer's, dementia, Down syndrome. She had a bunch of medical issues, and that's why I took care of her the best I could.
And did she ever say to you anything about Rudy? Go out, tell police, did she ever say anything to you? Because it seems like she tried to tell family members that you were there.
Yeah, I think she tried telling people, but it's just my mom. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure about that one.
Do you feel like your mom held you captive? Is that how you would?
Pretty much. I mean, in a sense, just not in a physical, restraints or anything, but mentally she held me.
Oh, basically, mom told him to hide. When people come around, go into the room and don't say nothing. Or I guess she sent him outside. See if I'm good cans and chicken and stuff behind the Also, I noticed that there's like a garage behind the house, but I noticed that it had like a burglar bar in front of the door to the garage. So there's a door to the garage, and then there's like the thing where you pull it up. So I'm wondering if she sent him out there too and locked him in. And so I kept telling y'all, I bet you their grandmother got Alzheimer's or dementia, and they probably was using that and saying she can't, that she, oh, she's sick, she don't know what she's talking about. Now I'm wondering, hell, did she, if she, let's say Janie was doping up Rudy, was she doping up the grandma too? Jamie, did the grandma have a goddamn life insurance policy? Oh, did you understand about what he said? When she's talking, it's like if my thoughts are in my head, I can't get her out of my head. I'm just like, y'all need to take this boy to therapy. For real. He's talking really good. His voice is strong and confident. She's a scam. But his mama not there. He has gotten emotional a couple of times, but I understand you. Do you think the scam is for him? And like he's doing it to get away from his mom? Or you think mom got some other objective and having him still do it, like still controlling him and telling him, okay, go out here and say this? Because right now they can't find her. Or okay, I need to go back to the part. He said
against my will.
Your mom held you captive? Is that how you would?
Pretty much.
Like she tried to tell family members that you were there.
Yeah, I think she tried telling people, but it's just my mom. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure about that one.
Do you feel like your mom held you captive? Is that how you would?
Pretty much. I mean, in a sense, just not in a physical, restraints or anything, but mentally, she held me against my will. It's just, I wanted to just come out and say stuff and be honest. And every time I would try to, she would just either be, no, don't do it, or, all right, go.
Why do
do it?
Why do you think she did that?
I don't know. It's.
But then again, if we know that he has a life insurance policy that's owed to him, he don't need no money. And I'm sure his family, his other aunts and stuff, that can help him find an apartment, go back to school, get a car, get his license. I'm sure they can help him. Oh, this is what happened. So 2015, he was walking the dogs, and the dogs came back without him. 2 days later, he came back, but his mom told him, "Oh, that you ran away. The police are looking for you. They're gonna lock you up. You gotta stay here. You gotta hide." And so that's how it started. Then, but she never told nobody, like, "Oh, he came home." Like she didn't tell, he came home. So he was either 17 or 18. I think she may have bumped down his age. Oh, and then for his missing picture, do you see the picture that's on the screen? That's his when he was 14 years old. She used that picture because she thought it would evoke more sympathy and basically to get more GoFundMe money, basically, or to find him or whatever. So even though he was hidden in the house, she was still collecting money on his behalf and talking to other people like, "Oh, I can't find my son." Or she was telling them stuff like, "Oh, I think the cartel has him. I got this photo of him all tied up." Like she was doing, like when I do my next video about her, she was doing some straight scammer shit. Like multiple husbands, some at the same time, two of her partners, whatever. they died, both law enforcement. Then his son, before him, gets in a motorcycle accident. But the insurance, the payout don't go to her. It goes to Rudy. That she got hiding for fucking 8 years. Like, yeah, by state law, the state of Texas, you are an adult at 17. But this is the thing, y'all. I teach 17-year-olds. You know I do. Okay? I teach 17-year-olds. I teach 18-year-olds. They still teenagers. I teach teenagers. From the other stuff I've been finding out on Mom is a scammer. Mom is gonna be. I thought Mom was gonna be a Lifetime movie, like that Gypsy Rose Blanchard lady. But damn it, this mama about to be an episode of American Greed on CNBC. I'm just saying. And they said she might have been catfishing some people, and she married one dude by proxy because she was a National Guardman. Then he found out she was married to at least 5 other men, and 3 of them at the same time with him. So he asked for annulment. Hold on, let me double check. Let me look at that. Look at J law, Texas law concerning life insurance payouts, payments, payouts, the payouts. Okay, so I'm on Texas.gov. Let's look at this because we didn't know. Insurance guide. Okay, y'all can see that. That's a good question, lad. Okay, let me see. Insurance guide. How do I get life insurance? How much does it cost? Term life insurance. What is permanent life insurance? Whole life insurance. Universal. Customize your policy. Group life insurance with a contestable period. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. It says, okay. This is from tvi.texas.gov. So companies must pay death benefits promptly. Companies must pay the death benefit within 2 months after getting proof of death and verifying your beneficiary. For individual life policy, the company must also pay interest on the death benefit from the time it got proof of death to the time it agreed to pay the death benefit. Companies might take longer to pay the death benefit if you die during the policy's contestable period. Okay, that's contestable period. Life insurance companies have a 2-year contestable period. If you die within this period, the company may review the information you gave in your insurance application. If the company learns you gave wrong information or didn't disclose something, it can deny payment. This can even happen if the wrong information was unrelated to the cause of death or was given by mistake. If a company denies payment, it must return the premiums to your beneficiary. Okay. The company also investigates the cause of death. During the first 2 years of a policy, companies usually won't pay the death benefit if the cause of death is suicide. Remember, the brother died by a motorcycle accident. The company doesn't pay the benefit, it must return the premiums to your beneficiary. Once your policy has been in effect for more than 2 years, the company must pay the death benefit regardless of the cause of death. Your policy will have a new contestable period if it lapses and you later reinstate it. Okay. But what if the beneficiary is unavailable? That's what we need to find out. Okay. She got 2. Hold on. But I need to know policy lapses. Okay, I need something that says, what if the beneficiary is missing Mhm. Okay. Am I wording that correctly? Or do I need to do something else? I think it's the whole Texas Department of Insurance. Hold on. Okay, let's look at this. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. Okay. Life insurance policies have a 2-year contestable period. This means if you die within this period, the company may investigate the cause of death and review your application. If you die after 2 years, policy. Okay. But what if the beneficiary is missing? Okay. Receiving proof of death and verifying the beneficiary. Oh, verifying the beneficiary. For an individual policy. Okay. What if you can't? What if you can't? We can't. What if the person dies? You can't verify the beneficiary. Okay. Okay. What if person? Hold on. Person dies, and the beneficiary can't be. I say can't be found. If an heir or beneficiary is missing, an executor is obligated to act with due diligence by reasonably attempting to locate and contact them. Oh, that's what cool. What for beneficiary dies, beneficiary of life insurance policy can be found. Okay. Okay, what happens if there's no beneficiary in life insurance? No living primary beneficiaries or contingent is paid out to the insurer's estate. Huh. Mm. Okay, hold on. If your primary beneficiary dies before you do, then the benefit will be paid to any contingent beneficiaries that you named on your application. If there are no contingent beneficiaries, then the death benefit would most likely be paid directly to your estate. Hmm. Hmm. If you take out a life insurance policy without naming beneficiaries, the proceeds will go to other blood relatives based on who is next of kin. The general order is spouse, adult child, parent, adult sibling. Oh. Hmm. But it's still not telling me. Hold on. Hey, fix this. I might be wrong, but going by his age, it seems he was going along with the scams. But was he going along with the scams because he had already been groomed to go with it? Because remember, he said he was on the other side of the door and he wanted to go out there and be with his family, but his mother told him that they were bad people and that she was the only one that he could trust. I mean, it's your mama. Will she lie to you? I'm just saying. Yeah, at 17, he should. But remember, the neighbors didn't mention no girlfriend. Okay. Since when it's not always allowed money left after the funeral is paid. He was the brother was in the military. He was a former Marine. Thank you, Pixie Dust. Look at it. So there's money left from it's held by the state in the estate of the deceased until the beneficiary claims it with correct documentation. Unless the insurance company didn't know he was missing, maybe. But she had billboards of him. Houston had billboards of this boy. So how did the damn insurance company not know, oh, the beneficiary is missing? Because guess what she's gonna do? Take him the paper from that she had to fill out and get it to the police that he's missing. She gonna go and give it to the insurance. Say, hey, my son is missing. I know he's a beneficiary and y'all supposed to pay it out, but he's missing. So y'all gonna. Oh yeah, she is. She gonna be Oh, Hulu, Netflix, Lifetime better get on it because if not Hulu, Netflix will do it. Yeah, because it said on the list, it says because it goes in like it goes in descending order. So it's your spouse, then your adult child, even if they're adopted, then it goes to your parent, then it goes to your sibling. But the brother had it already going to the brother already. So the next person on the list is actually his mama. But did she collect? Because, like, hey, he's supposed to be missing. And then I still haven't figured out how many years, if the beneficiary is missing, do you got to give them? That's the only thing I can't. Right. Hold on. If Rudy, short version, if Rudy had been proven deceased and she was the person that buried him and her being her next of kin, she would have gotten the money. Yes. If he had not listed any beneficiaries at all. But in his case, the brother died first. The brother named Rudy as the beneficiary, and then Rudy went missing. So it says the insurance company has a 2-year contestable period. But I thought it was 8 years. Hold on, let me look at the state of Texas. How many years does it take to be considered deceased? Because maybe they told her, like, hey, ma'am, you can't get this unless just, okay. How many years does until a missing person is declared dead? Okay. Oh, shit. There's no set time for which a person has been missing to be presumed dead. Oh, hell. She might. Okay. Well, that's text. Ooh. Oh, it said legally. Hold on. I know it's Wikipedia, but I gotta find another source. This one says 7 years. The party normally must have been missing from their home or usually for an extended period, most commonly 7 years. What's Texas? She declared legally dead. Legally dead in Texas. In Texas. Okay, so Security Administration says 7 years or more. Oh, here you go. If a person goes missing, the probate administration process can be delayed until that person is declared legally dead. In order to be declared a person dead in absentia, usually 7 years must have passed since the last time that person was seen or heard. Oh. So they said if the okay, so it says, so let's get this right. So hell, it's been 8 years. So his mama got the money already? That's why that hoe ain't here. She got the money surrounded with the bag. Well, it says 2 years for the company to contest it. Because the insurance company has 2 years to contest it. And she went to them with this paper and said, look, my son who's a beneficiary is missing. And they're probably like, okay, ma'am, he has to be gone 7 years or more before we can release the funds to you. Then he'll be declared legally dead. Then how much was the brother's life insurance? No, well, you know what? We don't know what she was giving him before he ran away the first time. But Keisha said every time he came down there, he was high. Oh, I'm so sorry about your doggy. I would definitely send out some prayers for your doggy. I hope he gets better. But remember something though. Keisha said, I've been here since 2002. I knew him as Dolph, not Rudy. So let's say he didn't crash the car and they had to go to court or something like that. And they say, hey, is that Rudy right there? She's like, no, that's Dolph, her nephew. Because remember, you got to be presumed dead. So mama ran up on the bag. So she probably already collected that money. Unless they say, ma'am, we need to give you one more year and we'll give you the money. Or what if Rudy found out that mama did get the money, but he's still getting $60 from her ass? He probably like, let's get the fuck up out of here. She lied. Crossed the border, she got on the plane somewhere. But the way Texas is acting, she might not want to go down south right now. Wait, do Marines do they have beneficiaries for the Marines? Do they get a check? Did the family get a check from them? Does anyone know? So that means his mom was collecting 2 checks. She really is a goddamn scammer. Damn it, Rudy need to be happy that his mama actually didn't kill him then and put him in the backyard. What in the hell? Let's get back to this. Let's get back to here. Lord Jesus. Oh, survivor's benefit. Because she was a Marine. Is it like a one-time thing for survivor's benefit? Or is it just every month? I really think this mama wasn't banking on that first son giving Rudy the life insurance. I think she was banking on her getting it. And you saw the order of who gets the money. The adult, wait, who goes before who on that list? Is it adult sibling or is it adult child? I think it's adult child. Either way, I think, yeah. Either way, mama was trying to be next in line. Oh, it's a one-time thing. Oh, so her ass got it. Or do you have to wait if you can't find the beneficiary? Would he have had to make a beneficiary? The brother that died? I do find that shit strange. So I'm like, my brother gonna need this money to get the hell away from my mama one day. Like, I just got a feeling that brother was doing that shit on purpose. Like, shit, because he was a Marine, he probably thought, like, hey, I may get killed in combat. I may get, I may be called up by Uncle Sam. Ukraine-Russia war. He probably was thinking of the future. I'm just saying. The first one might know mama was crazy and scamming too. And maybe wanted better for his brother. Like, okay, I gotta leave him something so he can get away from mama. One day. He probably listened to mom when he enlisted back then. He probably did the first time. So she might have still been getting, but I'm just wondering, like, a life insurance, you put your brother down? And remember they said, oh, he treated him like a father figure, but Rudy's dad was a policeman. So that's what I'm saying. I need to go look up that thing about her being married to those different dudes, because one of them last name was Aresti. But so is that the Aresti she married and that's the older brother's dad, or was the person we think is the older brother, was that actually her husband? Because you've been married like 5 times. Even the common law one she was trying to claim for their benefits when they died. I'm telling you, this one was out here scamming for real. That's what I think too. I think he knew his mama was yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get back to part 2. We're almost at the end of Rudy. Then we're gonna go into part 3. But I'm just wondering, like, maybe Rudy found his mama, took it for the money anyway. Like, you got this much for the life insurance policy? You giving me $60? Let me blow. You probably went and got that fucking car and crashed that motherfucker. I'm gonna get the fuck out here. Not all the husbands died. One annulled her. I think 2, or I gotta double check. Like 2 of them, I think died. I'm not sure if she was married. I don't think she was married to Rudy's dad. I think somebody was saying that it was actually an affair, that Rudy was a side baby. I gotta do some more. That's why I'm saying I gotta do some more investigation.
Because maybe a lot of both of our problems stemmed from my brother passing away. My brother passed away, and ever since then, he was like our glue. He was like the father figure. He's a provider. He took care of the family. Me and my mom. And then when I couldn't take care of my mom anymore, I had to take care of my grandma, and it was difficult. Especially at the end.
Do you see your mom change her personality over the years?
She's always kind of had that mentality, like try to talk to her about something positive, and then, or address her issues, and then my mom would just deviate, sidetrack, or completely ignore it, especially stuff like mental health.
This is your chance, finally. We've heard from family members. We've heard from police. It's finally your chance to tell your story. Is there anything that you want people to know? about what happened to you?
Just, I wanted to live my life, and just something inside of my brain kept going back to her. Like, she was my life support in a sense, you know, I needed her. Or at least she made me feel that way, you know. She never gave me the confidence or the guidance or the teaching that I needed, you know. She never gave me anything other than just the bare necessities and a job worth slaving over to help her pay bills and debts or whatever, or tickets and stuff, you know.
Without getting into
What kind of
specifics, I'm sure you've heard or seen what Quanell told the media last week
About what in particular?
About things that he says that you told him in that hotel room last week.
I didn't say anything like intercourse or this and that.
But
like,
no, I don't necessarily think he didn't get into specifics like that either, but he did mention that your mom wanted you to play the role of husband in the house
yeah,
as
pretty
well.
much. It basically felt like that. Like, you know, make sure to cook, or, oh, you didn't make me any food, you didn't do this and that. It's just like, I just want to provide for myself. I don't want to keep providing for my mom. I just treat it like a roommate towards the end, you know? Like, I'm tired of being your son. I just want to be your roommate. I just want to live my life.
Wait a minute. But what roommate sleeps in the same bed with you? Because they both got that part right. That you said you slept and your mama made you sleep in the same bed with her. He said your mama sleep the same way with her. But he added, you know, play daddy. But now you saying play daddy is something else. What? Oh, I was faithful. So y'all take that boy there.
Give me my check instead of $60 fucking. For 12-hour shifts 7 days a week at night, you know, like, I just want to live.
She would make you go to work with her, is that?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we don't want to twist your words. We want to say it from your perspective, and we want to make sure we get this right. So I know she had you play the role of a father, but as far as sexual assault or something of that nature, did she ever force? You don't have to go into detail, but
she didn't force herself on me or anything like that. Like, it wouldn't be anything like I would have to go get a rape kit or go file a police report.
Okay.
It would never be anything like that. Just stuff that really made me uncomfortable, and I didn't have any references or other people to bounce off of to understand that, like, if it's a healthy thing that she does or not, you know, maybe it's just me not understanding how people work, because she's the only person I understand. But
Would you say that you and your mom have a normal son-mother relationship?
What did the hell he just say? He said it wasn't intercourse. So I guess that's what he's thinking about. Sex is like, he's been 8 years with his mama. So he's going by what's on the internet. But then he just said something very particular. He said, I don't know how else to explain how she was going beyond my boundary. I don't have another frame of reference. Is that way of telling us that his mama touched him? Is that what his brain is letting him say? He can't say it what he wants to say, so this is how he's gonna say it. You know something, VHRJ, that made me hit. Or he made she made him do it the other way around. It's just go to hell, Joe. Go to jail, go to hell, Janie. Santana Rodriguez, you resty Farias. What the fuck the hell goddamn name she got?
Not after all of that. Not after everything she did. And to be honest, I don't want one with her.
When you finally left a few weeks ago, when you were found at the church, what happened? Did you just finally have enough?
Yeah, I just been walking. I just wanted to get away. I didn't care if I had a car, or money, or anything. I don't care about money. I don't care about a car. I don't care about anything. Just happiness and love.
How did you end up at the church? Did you just have nowhere to go?
I just kept walking around. I just kept trying to find back home, something that felt familiar. And the only thing that felt familiar was this side of town, I grew up over there by Austin and Humble and Jackson and all that, Jackson and Austin and, just that general area by the freeway, So I kind of got a general sense of where I was going, but I just couldn't find something to be happy at. I found a church and I rolled with being at a church.
Are you still talking with your mom?
No, I don't want any contact with her, but she keeps trying to come around.
If she sees this story, what would you tell her?
Oh, hell, you heard what he said? He says, did your mom try to contact you? She said, have you talked with her? He said, no, I don't want to listen to her, but she keeps coming around. She keeps coming around? Not call. She keeps coming around. Yeah, keep her the fuck away from him. I'm sorry. I had to be outside with the tears and my little chocolate. Okay? Try it if you want to, Janie. I got this shit for you. Cross this threshold if you want to. Cross it. Me and the aliens gonna be outside waiting on your ass. Yeah, that's East End. Because where they live in, I think is, East End. No, I understand. Just to let you know, once Real Life Productions releases part 2 to Jaguar's life story out for everybody, I'm gonna have another live. But it's just gonna be a panel discussion to talk about it, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, this is a safe place." I'm not gonna play it. We're just gonna talk about it because it really doesn't need to be talked about, like seriously. But that's my hood. You born and raised, okay. Okay, so me. He said, "I don't want to see it. She keeps coming around. Hold on, we gotta go back a little bit for that."
Church.
Are you still talking with your mom?
No, I don't want any contact with her, but she keeps trying to come around.
If she sees this story, what would you tell her?
Just leave me alone. Just let me live my life. Just want to be happy, and I'm happy now. I'm working on it.
Rudy, and what would you say to people that think that somehow, now that you're an adult, that you were in on this? What would you say to those people that don't understand Stockholm?
It's very much a real thing. It's a struggle when you're the only one that understands it. It's even worse when everybody wants to assume the worst rather than understand and communicate genuinely and honestly, because there's just too much confusion in this world.
How are you feeling now? Is there relief?
Yeah, very much. A lot of relief. It just feels like I'm just at peace now. It just feels happy,
And how have police been handling this, do you think? What have they been saying to you, and what's it been like?
I mean, they're trying the best that they can and giving me space if they can, but it's a struggle still. I'm just slowly trying to take it one day at a time. It's just a lot it overwhelms me very much.
Given everything that you've been through and and with your mom? I mean, do you think there's something that police should know about?
Just there's a lot of corruption, and it's literally through the colors. Like I said, I'm not saying, oh, there's corrupt cops and this and that. Literally, it's a corruption of the mind. It's through nanobots and shit. It's through the flu vaccines and everything. That's why people have that first memory of waking up and being alive whenever they're a kid. You know, it's like,
Rudy,
guys
come
are
back,
really
come back,
corruption, like,
come back,
colors.
baby.
I'm not talking about the skin
Come-
tones. I literally
come back,
mean
baby.
actual
Do the
colors.
cops
But
even
when
know
you look at them,
what's
they
going on with you and your
influence
mama?
you
Come back
and
from that.
online, the
Come
media,
back.
like
I
the
can't.
computers and the people we
Somebody-
talk to. It's
Somebody
all
get him.
connected in a sense. That's
Somebody
why
get
it
him.
just confuses us. Whenever we look at white things, we get distracted. And
Somebody
stuff.
take him to the doctor.
Look at the
today.
reds and they remind us that it's love.
Because
But
he
they
only
kinda
had his mama
influence us
and the
to
fucking
assume,
computer.
like through bad
And the
stuff
black, nice
online,
black
like,
people
oh, red's
down
bad,
the
you know,
street.
it's evil,
Somebody-
it's the devil. It's like, it's not all that.
For 8 years, you haven't really been able to speak to anyone besides some neighbors, your mom going to work. Sometimes your communication seems like it's been very little. Do you think that's impacted you throughout the years, is not
Yes.
being able to really have real relationships with people?
Exactly. I wasn't able to understand like how people thought or acted, you know, like I would try to introduce.
Pixie Dust, do you have someone, a cousin or a friend or someone to call? Do you need a number? Do you need me to inside? Do you talk to me? Like, what's going on? Do you want to come me to drop the link and you talk to all of us, or what? Like, what do you need, sis? No. No to which question? And you find a number? I don't know. It's a delay. Huh? I need you to speak to me. Okay, Pixie Dust, this is my email address. Okay. This is my email address. All right. And email me. And if you feel, safe enough, you can text me your number, and I can call you once my live is over with if you're done, or if you want to talk tomorrow. Okay. If you don't want to give me your number, you say, hey, can you just send me a link or some resources or something? I can do that too.
Introduce myself, say hello to people online or this and that, and every time it just seemed like, it's completely get shot down by people when I'm just trying to make friends or socialize, and it's just like I don't understand how to talk to people sometimes. It feels like I'm speaking a completely different language than them, and I just don't understand sometimes.
Would you call yourself a victim?
Yes, heavily.
I'm almost done, personally. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but for the longest time, you've stayed hidden. You haven't been able to say who you are. Is it nice? I mean, you can say who you are now. You can be your own self and do your own life.
Yes, sir.
What are you hoping?
Just a job, get my own money, and help out my communities, help out my people, and help out other kids like me. Because I don't want this to happen to other people, because I'm sure it happens to a lot of people. A lot of abuse and just neglect and just harmful ways of parenting that shouldn't be out there. You know, there's just so many negative ways that kids are.
Okay, he just said abuse and other neglectful and other harmful ways of parenting. So,
just getting abused and they don't understand or realize that there's no help for them.
Another question we have for you is, so it's totally up to you or not. At first, we weren't going to because of the sexual assault.
I'm sorry. You don't have to feel sorry for being triggered, because this is triggering. Yes, my live yesterday was triggering. Sometimes I get triggered by other things online and offline. But I will say, Picture Dust 958, you said you were going to go, and you're still here. So you still feeling triggered? Because I'm about to press play, and I don't want to, if you're still here, I don't want to trigger you. But we going to go with it.
Aspect, but we want to put the record straight that you said that part's not true. Do you want to show your face or you don't want to show your face?
I'm not a big fan of showing my face, especially with a lot of people already knowing what I look like.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just makes it even worse.
I just want to make sure.
Don't worry, Rudy, we got you.
Anything we didn't ask that you think is important that you want us to mention, because we were here to finally tell your story. Anything that we didn't ask that you want to make sure people know about?
Just all I can say is just spread positivity and love.
The people that you're with, you know, a lot of people are coming down hard on Nikki and the people
They
you're
don't
with.
deserve it. They don't. They really don't. They helped me so much, and they've given me a place to stay and the family, in a sense. You know, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Who is Nikki?
I never had, you know, a lot of people to talk with or socialize with, and it just makes me happy knowing that I have people here that I can trust and that can take care of me and that understand that, you know, sometimes people struggle.
Who is Nikki? That cousin?
So you consider yourself safe, out of harm, all that, right? Like you're with.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm happy here. I'm very happy here, and they're very good people. They don't deserve any negativity towards them or hatred. They should have a lot of help and support and guidance and just prayers and positivity, just everything that anybody would need to be happy in life. You know,
And your mom, when she comes by, do you feel like, you know, you are being like kept away from her when she comes and stops by or tries to talk to you?
I just don't want her here because I know the way she acts, it influences everybody around me. It's not just me. It's like she sends that negativity towards me, and then I send it back out towards everybody else, and I don't want that.
Picture Dust 1958. I wouldn't dare take your wrench away for that. No. Picture Dust. A lot of times, I'm weak. I wouldn't take your wrench away from that.
Yeah.
I know Grizzy was mentioning that you might have had like someone from your high school reach out, and you've had a lot of attention from this a girl.
Yeah. You got some classmates, man. When you were going to to Catholic school, you got some classmates reaching out, which I told you about. Any messages to all the people that know you from before all this went down, that love you, that say they're here for you?
Just thank you very much for reaching out. And when I'm ready, I'll be able to reach out to the people I care about and love.
Are you surprised by all this attention? I mean, it's been on the news across the world.
I wasn't expecting that much attention, to be honest. I didn't realize that it was happening so big, just growing so much.
Are you going to take, I know police mentioned that there were some resources. Are you plans to talk to anybody that they put you in touch with?
At some point. It's just right now, I just rather do it by myself, just try to learn to understand how to live and be a normal person,
Have you got?
Are you shocked at how much attention this is getting?
A lot. It's a lot of attention. It kind of gets me overwhelmed,
Okay, so I'm sorry, whoever he's living with, they need to encourage him to go talk to somebody now. Like, there was lots of stuff that he said that he needs those resources now. So, but I hope he will take the time eventually to also, those friends who have reached out from Catholic school and high school have, reached out. He'll eventually reach them out too. So, but definitely check out Grizzy Hood News. This is interview 1, 2, and 3 are on her channel. I'm putting this in the description. And I'm putting Mel's video that has the presser with the family. I'm putting that in here, and the one with his cousin saying she went to see him. And we got one more video. So that was the one with Grizzy that took that audio, and it looks like some other people were there too. But this next one is actually from Fox 26 Houston. Now, I will tell y'all this, if you didn't know this already. Quanell X does a debate segment on Fox 26 Houston. So that's probably why they got the interview tonight with him. So we'll go to that next, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay.
Are you shocked at how much attention this is getting?
a lot. It's a lot of attention. It kind of gets me overwhelmed, But other than that, I just try to stay positive, just try to keep my mentality straight and honest and true, and just spread positivity and kindness,
So the world thought you were missing for 8 years. Where were you? Where have you been?
Just at home, just stuck at home. If somebody would come over, my mom would just tell me stay in the room, keep the door locked, don't let them in, don't make any sounds, don't do anything,
Tell us about what it was like living there. Were you allowed to leave the room? Was she holding you there against your will?
She never locked me in or handcuffed me or anything like that. I had free will to leave. It just felt like brainwashing, honestly. It just kept confusing me, just the way she would manipulate me into saying oh, you're gonna get arrested because you have a speeding ticket or something, something minor, something innocent, and then it would just kind of escalate into just people just
You're good.
Which is
Take your time.
yeah, it just escalated from there, from just wanting to get away from home, just be free, live my own life, arguing all the time. And then we eventually just went into she locked me in there pretty much mentally, just that she was my only parent. She was the only person I ever really had besides my brother. So when I lost my brother, I didn't have anybody to teach me how to live, how to have confidence or trust in myself or anything, So I just depended on my mom all my life.
What had you been doing for those 8 years?
Just trying to study the best I can online, understand how the world works, understand different cultures, different religions, different everything, because my life, I just believe that we should stop putting labels on everything and just understand the communities and the prosperity and the growth and the positivity, because there's just too much fighting, there's too much anger, there's too much depression and mental health problems in the world. And we just need to spread more positivity, because all of it, everything around us, it's an algorithm that they control through the social media and through the colors and just everything. You know, like if you see something white, like a white wall or a white pillowcase or a white car driving around the place, you know, you'll just understand that, like, you're just trying to have a positive thought, and then you'll look at something white and get sidetracked, and you'll get distracted about stuff and things, and then you'll find stuff like a pink wall or something, or pink whatever, and then you'll be reminded of, you know, somebody trying to help you, prosperity, you know, just somebody loving people. And red, people confuse that for anger or hate, and it's only anger or hate, these type of things, if you look at it that way, you know.
You know, police said a lot of times that you were 17 when this happened and you're an adult. You spoke a little bit about this, about some of the family trauma you've had growing up. Talk about the fact that although you're an adult, how difficult it was for you to be in this situation and maybe not be able to get out of.
It felt like Stockholm syndrome, honestly. Like, just held against my will mentally, not physically, just constantly, like, she was bombarding me with negative thoughts. And like every time I come around her, she just makes me, it's like little triggers just pop up. And it's like, if I'm trying to get away from my mom, I'll hear a random noise, and it'll be like a little reminder in my head, like, don't do that, don't say this, or, you know, just little things like.
Yeah, you're right. V Hard Jet, it's the same interview. I was like, Grizzy got hers out before Fox 26, but I'm putting both in there because maybe you want to do, because it's triggering. Do one at a time, or you can just go look at the Fox 26 and just see the whole thing. But please support Grizzy. She's a local reporter, you know. So yeah. So what was this I'm gonna look at? Okay. So trying to think. So I'm putting all the links that I went over the commentary on as y'all watched today with me in the description. I will sometime tomorrow. I got 2 doctor's appointments. Put the timestamps in there. I know those are very helpful for people. I gotta do this one in the last video. No problem. Because this one, it's the same one. You just said combined it. It looks like the one from Fox Houston, they did some editing on it and worked on the sound. And I think the one that Grizzy had, hers was raw and it was in the moment. So you got everything, like, you know how sometimes when you get stuff that's like uploaded, it's like it's been, they do the transitions, they move the ideas, they may switch some stuff around just so it flows better. So I think Grizzy was like, hey, this is what he said here, and here. Right then. So, but yeah, my next video, I figure it's gonna be Jag. I need to do one on Brother Polite, or Young Pharaoh, because he got his sound snatched again. I really don't feel like talking about Umar. Gets on my nerves. I don't know. I should do a video comparing Jag with Umar Johnson, Young Pharaoh, and Brother Polite, because the grandioseness and Umar Johnson, the grandioseness that they are the best, and everybody just hating on them. Everybody just hating on you. Thank you, Pixie Dust 1958, V Hardjet, Coffee, Wine, and Water, Black Love, St. Hudson, Food Chill, Miss T Taylor Baby, TC Gemini, Jaffa 9. Let me see. Sometimes I get 400 in the chat. Mrs. Lady Red Sparkle, Shannon Lewis, Miss Twinkle, Ryan Mindfulness, Nappy Yankee, Naps TZ. I should check them out. Tina. Mr. Jason _C. Kaya and Kayla's mom, Queen Chakra. S. White. Black Anonymous. If I missed you, please blame it on my head, not my heart. Okay. So, like I said, Pixie, there's nothing to be sorry about. Okay. So, thank y'all so much for being with me. Normally, I've been going at this time. There's 11:38 right now, Central Standard Time. Normally, I've been coming on at this time, and we go to the early morning. But tomorrow, I got 2 doctor's appointments, so I really can't. I gotta go. I gotta force myself to go to bed early. So, let me see. Time to think of something else. Yeah, maybe forgetting. Definitely keep Rudy in prayer. I hope the Nikki, whoever that he's living with, continues not allowing his mother to come around. I hope his family, gets around him and his friends have reached out. If Nikki, them people, Grizzy them, they need to get him in therapy, like today. Like, he said a lot of things that he said that he was once dealing bad with his brother's death, that he cut himself. Okay. I'm seeing signs that if you harm yourself once, you may harm yourself again. And his mother, he said, is a trigger for him. And he said his mother is very manipulative, not only manipulates him, but other people. So y'all, and probably if she's not, I think she got Munchausen by proxy. Not everybody's a narcissist, but she's definitely displaying those tendencies. And you got to go no contact with the narcissist. And in this case, for her son, for Rudy's mental health and physical health and financial health, she does not need to be in contact with him. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. All right. Picture us. Don't forget to send me an email, okay? I'll be looking for it. All right. Y'all have a good night. I think Incoming Opinion is on. Hold on. Who's on live right now? Boy was in bed. He was looking too cute and had the whole bed to himself. Why Jackson on TJ is going live? Are y'all ready? No. Okay, someone put this in the chat. I'll probably over there with you. Incoming Opinions on Jani's members only. If you remember Jani's channel. I need to share these tweezers. On. If y'all King World, he has a premiere. Jaggerite and TJ speak with Kulu for 3 hours. That's going on right now. So King World, Incoming Opinion, members only, Danny Robinson, and Tweezers was live. So those are y'all's choices. Knowing me, you know me, I'm on multiple devices. I should be going to bed. But my appointment's at 11, so but still, I think I can do myself. But, okay, all right. I'll talk to y'all later. Do you want me to put I'll see y'all over there in the chat. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Praying for you, Rudy.